The old saying, practice makes perfect, has the University of Miami football team working hard. His turnaround moment in the game against Duke showed a different player in the second half. An 8 to 10 foot endangered crocodile was found brutally murdered last week, with new fashions and fun clothes to raise money for breast cancer research and awareness. Non-conference games don't affect our ACC placement, but they do affect the level of UM pride. The University of Miami Athletic Department is now more than ever putting the focus on the teams rather than the perk. After a fluctuating season, he's been the consistent quarterback leading his team all season long. Students gathered in front of 4 panelists from diverse backgrounds in order to better understand healthcare reform. The experts had different opinions on the complexities of healthcare, but they all had at least one thing in common.
The system's broken. I mean, coming from a physician, I'm the first to say that the healthcare system is broken.
Dr. Robert Schwartz told students it is not a question of whether healthcare reform is needed, but how you go about paying for it.
All of a sudden, you create an entitlement to lots of people, and they may not be able to provide care for those people.
The entitlement factor interested Lila Fernandez Delgado, an exchange student from Spain, a country that does provide universal health care. She questioned why there is so much controversy over paying for health care in taxes every year or paying for health insurance at the end of every month.
So what is the difference if at the end you can't expend it on going to the cinema, let's say? Why do people oppose to it? I don't understand it.
Critics of government-run healthcare say it just won't be as efficient as private industry. Dr. Schwartz responded by saying that the big picture is the overarching issue of what the government guarantees.
I took the Hippocratic Oath, and it's my responsibility to take care of them. But I'm not sure we've answered that for our country.
Panelist Laura Schwartz says for healthcare reform to be successful, the attacks have to stop.
What are you guys doing, just yelling at each other? They really, it's embarrassing.
Students seem to agree, and Dr. Schwartz also said he wishes the approach could be more bipartisan.
Because when you scratch the surface, healthcare cuts across all levels of society, all creeds. Everybody gets sick. Everybody has a family member that gets sick.
Zach Loss, a senior, said political influence in healthcare reform seems inevitable.
Regardless whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, health insurance is important.
The students I spoke with said the forum didn't change their opinions, but it did give them a much better grasp on the reality of the healthcare situation. I'm Kimberly Thompson reporting.
It's like one of those things that it's just a loss for words. I think she's unbelievable.
UM soccer player Austin Everett is proud of the visible signs of her strength.
I kind of expected, I didn't really know how you could have that big of a tumor in your stomach and not have cancer. I don't know how I was prepared for it, but I kind of was.
She's done with her chemo trips to the hospital, but now she goes for a different reason, to express her strength to the children going through the same thing she did.
Some of the girls have a hard time when, it's time to take a walk, going outside during the day, having people see them with such a weird haircut, And I love being around little kids because they're so honest about it, Yeah. A lot of times with adults, it'll be the whole thing where they realize something's wrong and they'll stare at you, but the minute you look back, they'll switch eye contact.
Austin, a true athlete at heart, looked at chemo as a game she was going to win and cancer as the opponent she was going to beat.
I really thought about it just like I think about soccer, our coaches are telling us impossible things to do all the time.
After missing summer classes, Austin was ineligible to play, but she still practices with the team and supports them at the games. The team says her passion and energy has been inspiring.
She brought us closer together because we didn't know we could get through something like this.
It's only going to make her stronger. I think all the players go through some adversity at the different times in their career, but nothing to compare against what Austin's been challenged with.
Now Austin cheers on the team to help them shut out the opponents on the field. The soccer team beat Wake Forest 1-0 last Thursday in their 11th shutout of the season. Good evening and welcome to News Vision. I'm Kimberly Thompson.
And I'm Brian Yennis. Thanks for joining us.
Auto tycoon Norman Brayman lost his appeal yesterday in a case involving $360 million in public money. UM's Rathskeller pub was supposed to be closed by now.
Up next, we'll hear from some UM students who are very happy it isn't, coming up after the break.
A vote out of committee has sent the health care bill to the Senate floor, marking the largest legislative movement to date on health care reform.
I tell you what, it's truly amazing. Every single TV has like a different game on it from around the country. It's awesome.
The beauty of DirecTV, right? To find out more information or show your support for the restoration of the Marine Stadium, visit www.marinestadium.org. Veterans Day celebrations and events took place across the country yesterday, honoring the men and women of our armed forces. One of those celebrations was right here on campus. Walmart is gearing up for Black Friday with new measures aimed at crowd control. The world's largest retailer says most U.S. stores will stay open all night on November 26th. Thanks for watching.
Good night, everybody.